Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Just thought I'd return to you this afternoon on October 4th. I am so sorry I didn't get to doing any other album reviews yesterday was quite a busy day and a stressful day for a Friday, but I wanted to return to you for this Thrice Horizons West album review that came out October 3rd. So I know I downloaded it like on September 30th, but I didn't officially listened to it till now, so I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this now released record by Thrice, Horizons West, and let you know my thoughts on that. Sorry about the noise. Um, on this Horizons West, their follow up to Horizons East from 2021. So let's dive into this album review this afternoon. Now it starts with Blackout, which is a very strong track. I like the lead singer's vocals for the most part. Like I said, it's been a while since I've reviewed an actual Thrice record, like 4 years. But from what I listened to with this record, we'll dive into the what I really think of it overall. I think Blackout was a really strong track. Opened up the track very well with the lead singer's vocals and his screaming potential and his yelling potential is pretty strong in this. And the drum and guitar work was very strong, so 5 out of 5. Nash was one of the first singles for this record's announcement, and it overall was a great track. Really enjoyed this one too. This track really kicked ass and had great drumming in it and great guitar work, and like I said, the lead singer's vocals are very strong in this, so it's a definite 5 out of 5 for Nash. Albatross was a pretty strong track too. I really enjoyed this one with his regular vocals and his overall the drumming and guitar work. It's definitely mixed up a lot of melodic moments with this track, but it executed in a way where I can really dig this track. So 5 out of 5. Undertow has a more darker tone to it with the melody, and it sounds really nice for how creepy and ominous it sounds, but it works for the execution, so it's another great track, 5 out of 5. Holding On was the next single, one of the last of the 4 singles. It was the third single that I know dropped, but Albatross was the second single, of course, but this one was the next one to follow it up and as a single alone, and this came out like a couple days before the record came out. And overall, it's another strong track. I really enjoyed the lead singer's vocals for the most part in this track, and the execution for how this track sounded. His vocals really range pretty high, and I really dig that about this record too. Like the vocals are very strong, the drumming and guitar work's very strong. So 5 out of 5 for Holding On. Great track. Dusk is 1 minute and 24 seconds. It's more of an interlude and kind of instrumental with like dark symphonic melody, but it does work for how it sounds. And execution wise, it did very well, so I really dig the whole vibe to this going into the next song, which was The Dark Glow, which was the final single. But overall, 5 out of 5 for Dusk. And now to The Dark Glow, another strong track that I enjoyed. I like the singing in this track. I like the overall way the track sounds. It's got a weird, ominous vibe, but it works with the execution where they can experiment in the best way possible. So this is a 5 out of 5. Crooked Shadows was a catchy track too. I really enjoyed the 8th song on the record, so really dig this one too. It's another 5 out of 5 for me for sure. I really enjoyed the vocals. I enjoyed how catchy the chorus was. The verses picking it up did very well. And guitar work and drum wise, this is a great track. Definitely something to jam out to. So it definitely rocks. 5 out of 5. Distant Suns, or Distant Suns, I meant to say, without slurring. Um, Another great track that I enjoyed. and that I was on board with, so it's another 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed the execution of the lead singer's vocals. The overall guitar work and drum work did very well for how it sounded. And overall, this is another great track, so it's a 5 out of 5. Then we get to the last two songs, Vesper Light and Unitive / West, which I'll talk about Vesper Lights first. I did not like the falsetto vocals from the lead singer. I don't know, it just felt forced a little bit. And I think the passion behind it was pure, but the problem was sincere in a way, but it just didn't execute with the falsettos. I wasn't feeling for this track. I mean, it was solid, but it wasn't like mind-blowing in any way. So it's a 4.75 out of 5. Still a pretty good song. When the chorus kicks in, it does very well. And overall, I think, yeah, give me a second. I gotta pause the video real quick. Hey guys, sorry about that. I had to pause the video. I had to help my mom with something. So, to get back on track, Vesper Light is a 4.75 out of 5. Not my favorite song, but a solid track in its own way. And finally, Unitive / West closes out the record. It's 6 minutes and 42 seconds of a track. Sorry about that again, guys. My mom was talking to me for a second. I am so sorry if I had to deal with that. Just had to deal with it. So, Unitive / West is a 4.75 out of 5. It is very mellow, but it executes solidly to where I like, okay, this track's not terrible, but has a weird outro to it where it's just silence and some weird noises in the fading background. So, interesting, but for 6 minutes and 42 seconds, I give it a 4.75 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think this is another strong Thrice record when I listen to. I think Horizons West is enjoyable for the first 9 songs. After that, 10 and 11 kind of take a different turn in their own way. It's not like the best record I've listened to, but it will be on the best albums of 2025 by the end of the year. So if I were to give Thrice Horizons West a score, I think I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Another strong record that I enjoyed for an October 3rd release, and definitely is something to listen to and enjoy. So, yeah, the first 9 songs, like I said, are very strong. After that, it kind of goes into this weird tone with the rest of the record for the 10 and 11. So most of the record's very strong. So, yeah, 9.5 out of 10 for Thrice Horizons West. I hope you enjoyed this album review. I'm so sorry I had to pause the video a few times. Had to answer to my mom for a second just to see what she wanted. I wasn't trying to roll my eyes or get annoyed. I was just like, okay, I gotta get back to this for a second. But I will have more reviews coming out when I get the chance to. I've just been very busy lately, and I got some other things I gotta do the rest of the day, and I'll try to get one more review out if I can later today. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this review this afternoon. Thanks for watching.